Hello, Divine Masculine. Couple things before we get started. This reading may trigger you. This is my second attempt trying to get these messages out for the first time. First rendezvous, the audio was fucked up, so now we're here trying it again. Whatever that may mean for you, whatever brought you here, you may have caught a vibe seeing what it is like and whether or not that fits your story. Use your discernment to take all of that which belongs to you and leave the rest behind using your discernment. Everyone is capable of having feminine and masculine energy, which are non-gender specific. And since this is not a one-on-one reading, and I feel triggered, and it's possibly going to be a triggerable reading, tread cautiously and open-mindedly. Whatever wants to come out, wants to come out. Whatever is illegitimately not yours or legitimately not yours doesn't mean it's illegitimate for someone else. All right. I am Master Seventh. I read these energies for you. Should you want to know who I am, what she's all about, the description box below will have some details for you. I am a Master Healer. Should that be an interest of you, I will work remotely. And I also provide tarot intuitive insights should that also intrigue you. I have various ways that I make content from me available. Should that be of interest to you, check out the description box below for some ways that you can maneuver between both of my channels. So you may not know why you're here. The reading before began with the Knight of Wands, and it was the Seven of Pentacles came up after a couple cards came out, and the point is that you may not know why you are dealing with whatever it is that you're dealing, meaning you have a knowing of your kind. You follow this knowing because you answer to what it is that you received. You get to the point of where you are supposed to end up, and it's a traumatic experience for you. Like, you don't understand. Like, you're excited to go to work, and then something at work completely happens within a two seconds, like a 2-second situation, and that could affect your whole entire day. Or you wanted to get this last little goal fixed, and then something comes and puts you back a couple of other goals. Like, there's something that you do not understand what that is about you, that you need to either control or become familiar with to understand why there is certain influxes, imbalances in your life. And the Seven of Pentacles, I think, is making it a bit more softer in detail, while being also I'm hearing the word explorative. All right, they're saying look closer to what it is that you have, lean closer and see if the person or thing that could answer to the mysticism is right there in front of your nose. You just don't know yet. And see whether or not there are certain patterns that come up. You know, like, maybe you have 2 or 3 isolated problems from one another, but they all have the same value. For shits and giggles right now, somebody could have stolen your eraser on a Monday. Someone's stolen your last fucking granola bar on a Tuesday, and your sock goes missing on a Wednesday. Like, there's so many, there's and then on Friday you're like, wait a minute, this is now that I think about it, I keep getting this weird thing. And they're all separate from each other, but what the fuck is that? What the fuck is going on? I think this is almost like mini personalized energy trying to make you aware. Instead of making that responsibility become aware, or assigning that responsibility to anyone else, or to God or religious of some kind, and the archangel and saint or whatever. No, this is no shade for those of you who do, but for the world to become a bit more tangible. Some of you won't accept the things that you have until you go to a religious something that allows you then to appreciate what it is that you have, which is so backwards. What did you miss out going into the decision that you're not comfortable with the decision that you made? All that with the Seven of Pentacles and the fucking PTSD of the other reading. I'll tell you that much. And since this both happened to this also card came out date. Yeah, this card came out in your reading because I wanted to name that reading, and this is probably going to be the same reading, the name for this reading, the Bulletproof Vest. Because of the Eight of Pentacles come out. I can't remember if it's Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine reading that it came out for at this time, but I know those energies are related because it's saying, it gave me an appeal that this is more so from a parent to child, an adult to child. And the child is suffering, which is usually the case of how the child will wake up first, because the child is still in search of something where the parent already have found their victim, and you're the victim. So as long as you're mainstream the victim, or victim and mainstream, whatever this is happening, like whatever the words coming out, they're not aware until they listen out to this reading. But even if they listen out to this reading, they're too late to showing up to it. Is how they distract themselves. The ether with the 7 and 8 is making it very clear that this needs to be cleared out by you. The awareness needs to be made by you. The fear needs to be addressed by you. You need to accept it, even if you're wrong, even if it's not the truth. Those of you who love you will always love you for speaking your honest ways. I wonder if you did hear all that honking just now. Look at that, 10 of Swords. Yeah, ether is making it crystal clear that you are part of this problem. And you may have known for a while now, over here, that you're part of this problem. You just don't know what you've been looking at. You've been distracted. You've been told to put in work. You've been told to put your mind to work. And your emotions, leave it out of it. And a lot of you have been working, getting your money. You understand. You don't mix emotion and private. Like, you don't mix your personal life and your business life. Oh yeah, I was saying, not the Knight of Wands that took your reading earlier, that got zhuzhed out. It was the King of Wands. King of Wands and the King of Pentacles. Very interesting. This person, who's like the elephant in the room, has reaped the rewards of you putting in your time and energy to money. They've become the King of Pentacles, and you've become the King of Wands. You're the charmer. You're the people that people are looking out for in the room, wondering whether or not you're going to come to that family reunion. You're going to bring your children to and bring your love and your family. This person sits in the accolades of what they achieved because they think they achieved everything that you're getting through them making that about you. Meanwhile, I do wonder whether or not you can look into this person's eye. Like, if you can look into this person's eye and they're going to be looking at you. This person cannot look at you. The King of Pentacles is not looking at you. I think some of you will come to an epiphany of some kind, which I do deeply long that you do get, because what's going to come is going to be an ability to see why this image fits you somehow, and then how the conversation of the Seven of Pentacles got started. Because what you don't see too much while concentrating on this image is what the pentacles are on. They're on a luscious vines, and a vine is wild and free. So someone at the same time, the King of Pentacles is saying, you know, you need structure. You can't handle being wild and tame out there. King of Wands, you need structure. You need to work in order to get this structure. You can't be out there, be a wild child and live your life the way you feel like you need to live it. I make the decisions for you, and I think my intuition is much better than yours. If anyone ever says that shit to you, if anyone ever says that I know you better than you, I know you better than you know yourself. If someone says my intuition is better than yours, may they feel this energy too. May they intuitively then also feel this fucking energy too. That's the least that can happen. That's all we're going to put at stake here, quite literally. Because they're having you not be able to get up at all, while they're just sitting there, reaping all the fucking rewards to what you're doing. All the time and effort for looking at something and studying it and thinking that there's something wrong with the situation, when there's nothing wrong with the situation. There's nothing wrong with you. You're just, because you never get a chance to look at what you're looking at. You never get a chance to look at what you've left behind. You never get to relax. When's the last time you may have gotten to be able to go on vacation? You know, like, the feminine energy has robbed the masculine energy, non-gender specific. If it happens to be a mommy robbed you as a boy, then that just happens to be the narrative. But this is non-gender specific. Mommy, more or less, is the one that's the King of Pentacles at this point. Page of Wands and Knight of Pentacles. I feel like this is a family structure where this person who resonates with this message is not an only child. You're not an only child. There's few of you. I was going to say many of you, but there's few of you. Many of you may show up in a family reunion, that's true. But the many of you is more of like them being able to get away with what they're doing in mass. I want to know the secret behind the King of Pentacles. Just one card, please. Secret. I asked the secret of the King of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups comes out. This person's secret is that they know how to emotionally manipulate. They know how to take the fruits of others and produce something. Whether or not it makes it judicial and fair for everybody, I think that's up to the ether and this person's story to figure out on their own. This person has a pond. Loves their garden. What was interesting when I picked from this deck earlier is that denial and humor came up. And forgiveness was at the bottom of the deck. And the color for humor was green and the color for denial was orange. And I think that's kind of like speaks on the way that Divine Masculine was taught to brush themselves off when it comes to negative things. Can't talk about things that are fragile. You gotta get up and be the breadwinner kind of thing. We have grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. It's color orange. Freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. Blue. And we have perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. Alright, Divine Masculine, I'm being told to leave the messages where they are. I'm wishing you a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are in the ether of this time and space, and may you keep flowing, growing, and glowing. Take care.